Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the NexiGo Gripcon Nintendo Switch controller. I did receive this product to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. You can see the retail box and packaging right here, walking you through some of the key features and controls that we have with this particular Nintendo Switch controller. And in case you're wondering, this will work with the Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch OLED. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, we have our user guide and manual. Check it out, it's gonna walk us through everything we need to know. A nice product overview, our tech specs, how to pair it with our Switch. They also have instructions depending on the console that you're using. So if you're using a regular Nintendo Switch, you'll have to use these sliders. If you're using the Switch OLED console, it will just slide and fit right in. They walk you through joystick calibration and how to map the rear buttons, how to remove the map buttons, and they have more product notes and a QR code for you if you ever have any questions. All that information is repeated again in multiple languages. Next, you can see we have some additional joystick cover caps that we can swap in and out depending on our preference. You can see our regular Nintendo Switch sliders right here if we need to use those brackets. And last but not least, you can see the controller itself. So check it out. USB Type-C right here with a pass-through. Everything looks really nice. You can see it from the top. Here it is from the back side. You can see our two mappable buttons on each side. And with the NexiGo logo and branding. Now let's go over button mapping in more detail. Button mapping is pretty simple and straightforward. The first thing we're going to do is identify which button we want to map to on the back. Once we have that one figured out, we're going to press that button and the plus button to enter into mapping mode. The LED indicator will flash slowly to indicate that you're in mapping mode. Then you're going to press one of the mappable buttons. So in this case, we can map A, B, Y, X, the joysticks, the D-pad, LR, ZL, ZR. So select one of those and the LED indicator light will flash to indicate that the button input is successful. And then after that, you're going to go and you're going to press your mappable button again on the back. And you should see that the LED indicator light will be on, letting us know that the process was successful. And now, if we chose that button, it would now replicate A on the front of our controller. Now let's go ahead, let's swap out some of the joystick caps. So the keycaps are pretty easy to swap depending on what you want for your joystick. You're just gonna pull it off and then you can line them up. And then you just gently press them back on, just like so. And there we go, we're ready. And for this side, same thing, just pull off. And we can put one of the other black options back on. Just gently twist it in place. There we go. So now we've just reconfigured our joysticks. And again, we have multiple options. We can really mix and match depending on what we're after. And in this case, we have that guy for the red, which is pretty cool for our right joystick. So you have a lot of different options and flexibility depending on what you're most comfortable with and maybe even depending on the game that you're playing. All right, so you can see we got our regular Nintendo Switch installed right here. The first thing we have to do is go to our settings. Let's select our settings. And then you can see down here we have to select controller and sensors. And we have to make sure that Pro Controller wired communication is turned on. Once you have that turned on, you can see right here, we're able to use our controller freely. Now let's go ahead, let's try it out in a game of Fortnite. All right, so here we go. Check this out. Everything's really responsive, as you can see right here. So everything's working great so far. Full control. All right, let's have a little fun. Nice. Can we get him? Oh, we're trying. Come on. Got him. Oh. So let me share with you my final thoughts after gaming with this NexiGo Nintendo Switch controller. First thing I want to point out is it worked seamlessly with my Nintendo Switch. Don't forget with the option to use the regular Switch or the OLED version. This is compatible with both. Second thing, really nice that we can swap out the joystick top. So depending on the game we're playing or our preferences, we have a couple of customization options right there. That is really cool. Now, with all that being said, there are a couple things I would want to see improved with this controller in the future. I think the first one, and this could be a deal breaker for you, is the fact that those back buttons, they're very easy to press. I would argue they're too easy to press depending on maybe your hand size and how you like to hold the controller. So for me, how I like to hold this controller, it's just too easy for me to accidentally press those buttons. Second thing is, I'd like to see maybe a texture along the front. This just feels a little bit slippery to me. So I don't know what they could do differently, but it'd be nice to maybe have a little bit more grip. And along those lines, maybe a more premium finish to this to make it more of an elite, cool pro controller. So I kind of wish they incorporated some different design elements, maybe a little bit of metal or something cool like that, something weighted that would just give it a more premium feel. And lastly, this is just me being very picky from some of the other NexiGo controllers that I reviewed that have built-in RGB lights. I'd love to see some RGB added to this controller in the future as well. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily, and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.